Kent opened up their Royal London One Day Cup campaign with a dramatic last over one-wicket win over Surrey in Beckenham. Batting first after winning the toss, Surrey made a solid start through Jason Roy and Stephen Davis, the two finding the boundary at regular intervals in opening up with a stand of 56 in the first 10 overs of the match. It was David Griffiths who got the much-needed breakthrough, Davis having got to 23, picking out Daniel Bell-Drummond. The same fielder was involved in the next over too, as James Treadwell began his day with a wicket maiden, the wicket being the crucial one of Roy for 32. A dozen overs went by without a single boundary as Treadwell and Fabian Cowdrey put on the squeeze until Kumar Sangakkara released the shackles when spin was given a break. Surrey lost their third wicket in the 27th over, Rory Burns out to Darren Stevens for a boundary-less 30 after adding 78 runs for the third wicket with Sangakkara. The Sri Lankan had made a 50 off 43 balls but then fell to the returning Cowdrey, Treadwell with the catch to lead the visitors on 153 for 4 with 20 overs remaining. Matt Coles then had Gary Wilson taken behind, leaving Surrey on 173 for 5 after 35 overs of their innings. The boundaries were still hard to find, Sam Curran striking 2 in his 22. His innings ended by the terrific Treadwell, whose 10 overs gave him figures of 2 for 33. Coles collected his second wicket and Bell-Drummond his third catch when Zafar Ansari fell for 30. And when Tom Curran was bowled by Griffiths in the next over, the 47th, it looked as if Surrey would fall short of a threatening total. They were boosted by a 6 from Gareth Batty, but an innings containing only 15 fours and 2 maximums saw Surrey settle for a final score of 255 for 8 from their 50 overs. This has not been a ground to be in the favour of the batsmen this week, and Kent knew they had work to do, especially when Tom Latham was trapped in front by Sam Curran in the 4th over of the reply. So keeping wickets in hand was crucial on a pitch where playing expansively was never that easy. Bell-Drummond and Joe Denley did just what they had to do in adding 95 runs for the second wicket. It was never that easy, and these two batsmen deserve a lot of credit for the efforts they both put in to put their side on top. Thanks to this pair, the rest would have much less to concern them as they might have had. Bell-Drummond has been in terrific touch all season and reached his latest 50 with his 5th 4, his half-century using up 53 deliveries. All was going along so well until a sudden collapse. That began when Denley on 38 fell to Batty with a total on 111 for 2. Next over and 1 run later, Bell-Drummond was also on his way for 56. Sangakkara the catcher again, this time off the bowling of Stuart Meaker. Cowdrey then followed in the next over, Wilson with the smart work behind for the stumping off Ansari. And it was 4 wickets in 4 successive overs when Sam Billings was held by Burns off Meaker, a wicket which now left Kent on 115 for 5. 4 wickets had fallen for 4 runs in the space of 22 balls, but Stevens and Sam Northeast were able to add 32 before the former gave Sangakkara a third catch. On 147 for 6 and needing 109 more from 19 overs, Kent needed a partnership, and thankfully they were able to produce one through man of the match Alex Blake and his captain. The two batted very carefully to begin with, the target down to 72 off 10 overs when Northeast cleared the rope off Batty. Meanwhile, Blake found the boundary just when he needed to, as these two added a crucial 72 runs for the 7th wicket. So there were 37 required off 34 balls when Northeast fell to Meaker for a hard-working 47. And when Batty got one through Coles in the next over, Kent were left on 227 for 8, still needing 29 runs off the final 4 overs. Blake was brilliant, and every time a 4 was being screamed out for, he managed to get one. Well supported by Treadwell, the target was brought down to just 3 off the last over, Blake making a fantastic 50 off 55 balls. But there was yet more drama to come. Trying to level the scores with 2 balls to go, Treadwell was run out by Batty. but at least Blake was back on strike. And to the penultimate ball of the contest, he went big off Tom Curran to take Kent home. Just. Blake ending on a 66 made from 62 balls. And thanks to him, it meant a 1-wicket win with just 1 ball to spare against the side who knocked them out in the semi-finals last summer. Next up is a return to 20-over cricket back in Canterbury against Hampshire on Wednesday.